The gun gave new power to outnumbered warriors, changed the outcome of land wars, and quickly became the world's most common weapon. But its killing power is nothing compared to a newer invention of war. My God, what have we done? The infamous words from Enola Gay co-pilot Robert Lewis are haunting, especially as we watch the scene from the very first atomic bomb drop. August 6, 1945. The bomb, codenamed Little Boy, makes it very clear. The high stakes of war are going to a whole new level. An unforgettable moment in world history. Decades in the making. The scientific discoveries that make the bomb possible are traced back to the turn of the 20th century and some of Albert Einstein's very first work as a scientist. 1905, Switzerland. Young Einstein earns his first teaching diploma. He spends 2 decades on a quest. Then, finally, a revolutionary equation showing that matter and energy are equivalent and interconvertible. Einstein's theory of relativity. It's a purely academic breakthrough. Einstein has no clue he has just paved the way for future atomic warfare. He doesn't even think the theory can be proven in his lifetime. He's mistaken. 1931, Columbia University, New York City. American chemist Harold C. Urey makes a discovery that will eventually win him the Nobel Prize in chemistry. Urey stumbles upon deuterium, or heavy hydrogen. The so-called heavy water is the key to designing a nuclear reactor. But Urey's discovery alone is not enough to create the atomic bomb. Instead, it's a chain of events through the 1930s. 1932, Great Britain. John Crockcroft and E.T.S. Walton successfully split the atom. They're the first to prove Einstein's theory. A year later, Hungarian physicist Leo Szilard figures out how to cause a nuclear chain reaction. 1934, Italy. Physicist Enrico Fermi achieves nuclear fission. It produces an incredible amount of energy. Energy, when unleashed on a large scale, is capable of staggering destruction. Leo Szilard realizes the magnitude of what's been discovered. He's afraid Germany will use the information to make an atomic bomb. And with good reason. 1939. World War II is underway. Nazi Germany appears determined to take over all of Europe. 1941 becomes a critical year. World War II has been raging in Europe for nearly 2 years, and fear is mounting around the globe. Germany has invaded Czechoslovakia and forbids the export of that nation's uranium ore. Leo Szilard is alarmed. He writes a letter and turns to his old friend Albert Einstein to help him get out the dire warning. Einstein is shocked to learn that his work on the theory of relativity has resulted in this. He signs the letter to President Roosevelt, explaining how Nazi Germany is likely developing an atomic bomb. The president takes immediate notice. America has not yet joined the war, but sensing the danger Germany presents, Roosevelt makes a fateful decision. He gives the go-ahead for an American team to create an atomic bomb. And then, the Japanese attack Pearl Harbor. 2 hours of attack by hundreds of Japanese planes, and the damage is devastating. 20 American naval ships are destroyed, and a staggering loss of life. More than 2,000 American troops are killed, and another 1,000 wounded.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
America joins the war. later, in a lab at the University of Chicago, Enrico Fermi succeeds with the first controlled nuclear fission reaction. The American atomic bomb is quickly becoming a reality. But President Roosevelt doesn't live to see the finished product. He dies in April 1945, and new President Harry Truman takes over. May 8th, 1945. War ends in Europe, and Hitler is defeated. Germany failed to create the bomb in time. But Japan remains determined. July 16th, 1945, Alamogordo, New Mexico, the world's first atomic detonation. The Trinity test proves the atomic bomb is ready. But before they're launched, Truman gives Japan one last chance. July 26th, 1945, the Potsdam Declaration. It calls for Japan's unconditional surrender.
We have no desire or intention to destroy or enslave the Japanese people. But only surrender can prevent the kind of ruin which they have seen come to Germany as a result of continued useless resistance.
And it is rejected. August 6th, 1945, South Pacific. In early morning darkness, the Enola Gay takes off from North Field under floodlights and the eye of American video and still cameras. The plane is weighed down with a nearly 10,000-pound atomic bomb called Little Boy. The plane flies 6 hours to reach Hiroshima, and then at 8:15 local time, the gates open and the bomb plunges away. 43 seconds later, it explodes. A blast equivalent to 16 kilotons of TNT kills an estimated 80,000 people almost instantly. Nearly 5 square miles of the city are leveled. The atomic bomb is devastating. It changes the already high stakes of World War forever. Today, nearly a dozen nations have nuclear weapons. The atomic bomb, the gun, the bow and arrow, weapons that forever changed our world. And now, you know their origins. From the birth of an idea to its first attempt, its development, and the moment they realized this will change the world. This is an Origins Spotlight. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity unwittingly unlocks the secret of nuclear energy. Fear that the Germans are building an atomic bomb prompts the United States to act. Germany fails to build the bomb, but America succeeds, using the new weapon of mass destruction to bring Japan to its knees, ending World War II at a great cost. Gamma rays, the heat of atomic radiation, kill 80,000 people, 30% of the city's population. The stakes of war are now potentially earth-shattering. A million tons of water moved by atomic force. Operation Crossroad comes just 1 year after the bombing of Hiroshima. The U.S. military wants to better understand its deadly new tool of war, and the media is invited to watch. 2 separate atomic tests are conducted off Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands of the South Pacific. A fleet of 95 ships is the guinea pig. The bomb named Helen of Bikini explodes 90 feet below the surface, sending radioactive sea spray miles into the air. The natives, who were moved off the island for testing, are told not to return. Today, the island remains uninhabited, a symbol of America's atomic strength and its power of destruction. Origins. It all starts here.